Lucamus Prime here, so it's time for the next episode of my Star Wars 30-week challenge. So guys, today's question is asking me, who is my favourite bounty hunter? So yeah, now this is a question I'll be looking forward to doing because there's a pretty easy answer to this, guys, and my favourite bounty hunter in Star Wars is none other than Boba Fett. So yeah, Boba Fett is definitely my all-time favourite bounty hunter, guys, and yeah, I'm going to gush about him. So yeah, I think he's definitely, one of the coolest characters in Star Wars history. He really is, and he's really awesome. I love how we first got introduced to him, in terms of live action in the holiday, in animation, of course, in the dreadful holiday special. And as I said in my trash talk I did for Holiday Special, I think Boba Fett was probably the most watchable part of it, as part of that whole animation thing, really. Like, he made it watchable for me personally, and yeah. Then, of course, he made his live-action debut in The Empire Strikes Back. Now, and my favourite version of Boba Fett is in the 2004 version of that movie, where he was redubbed by Temuera Morrison. I think his voice is much better than Jason Wingreen's, even though I think Jason was pretty menacing as him in the original 1980 version. And of course, I've also got to give high praise to Jeremy Bulloch, who plays me in costume as well. And sadly, he only had only 4 lines in The Empire Strikes Back, which is a bit of a shame. I have no clue if he spoke in deleted scenes or not, or if he even appeared in deleted scenes, but yeah. But he was pretty cool in the film, and yeah. And surprisingly, guys, his name was never even mentioned in The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I realised, but despite being one of the main antagonists of the movie, because he's the bounty hunter that, captures Han Solo, his name was never mentioned as being Boba Fett. His name was, of course, not mentioned until Return of the Jedi. Now, in Return of the Jedi, guys, I love how he had slightly more screen time than in The Empire Strikes Back. And he was pretty great in it, really. And he didn't speak, but I didn't have a problem with that, really, because, the thing about Boba Fett, guys, is that it seems that his actions speak louder than words, so that's why I'm okay with him being silent in Return of the Jedi, because, it's in his character, because his actions speak louder than words, really. And so, yeah, Now, I knew that he wouldn't be dead because I am aware of the tie-in material which confirms, he survived the Sarlacc pit. And then he, of course, appeared as a child in the prequels, played by Daniel Logan. So I like how the prequels, gave him, more development and backstory in Attack of the Clones. And then he, of course, appeared as in sort of like a villain in the Clone Wars as well, which was pretty cool. And then he then made a return in his full glory in Mandalorian Series 2, and yeah, I really loved his portrayal in Mandalorian Series 2. He still got it as being the most badass bounty hunter ever. He's absolutely awesome, and I loved his character. And it was also wonderful how they got Temuera Morrison to finally get to play him in live action, because before the Mandalorian, he's only voiced Boba Fett in The Empire Strikes Back 2004 edition, and of course in the Battlefront games as well, being the 2005 game, and also the 2 games which were made by EA in 2015 and 2017. So yeah, speaking of Battlefront 2, guys, I have played it, and to be honest, guys, I actually really enjoyed playing as Boba Fett because he was so fun to play as, really. I love how you get to fly around in his jetpack and, blast enemies. It was so awesome. And I once had a kill streak on the game, and I never even got defeated once in a round of heroes versus villains, which was pretty awesome. When I was playing as Boba Fett, so yeah, I think it's clear that he's pretty easy to play as, really, and not get killed in the game. And now I'm also really, really hyped for the Book of Boba Fett, guys, because I've always wanted Boba Fett to have his own show or movie, and we're finally getting it in December this year. And in June, they confirmed they've wrapped filming on it, because they've been filming since December last year, guys. Because it was already filming before they even announced it in Chapter 16 of Mandalorian. So, yeah. In June, they wrapped up filming. And I'm very excited to see what he's going to be up to in the show, alongside Fennec, who's returning, played by Ming-Na Wen. I'm very excited. Now in terms of merchandise, I have two pretty cool figures of him. So I've got this one here, which is pretty big actually, guys. It's pretty tall, and yeah, it's not really, you know, fully posable, sadly, because I don't know why, really, to be honest. You can see he's got like his secondary weapon here, but sadly it's not removable from the holster, sadly, which is a shame. You can't take his carbine rifle off his hand because it's stuck to him, and the reason why is because when you press a button, it lights up, so you need to have the wires in place. If you press this button here, you can actually hear him.
What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me.
So yeah, that's Tamora's voice as well, in case you're wondering, guys.
He's no good to me dead. As you wish. Put Captain Solo in the cargo hold.
Pretty cool. Then I think if you press this button... Nice. Looks great on camera, doesn't it, when you press it? Nice. But, yeah. My only beef as well is not only is it not really that portable, but sadly his antenna doesn't, curl downwards, to when he's firing his missiles, sadly. I was hoping it could bend, but sadly not. But guys, my personal favourite figure of Boba Fett that I have is my second one, which I'm going to show you, which is my Black Series figure of him, which I got from a friend a couple of months ago. And I love this figure so much. It's probably one of my favourite Black Series figures ever. I really love it. So it's fully posable, hands are very well articulated, it's pretty cool. Got his jetpack here, which you can take off if you want to, which is pretty nice, little detail there. He's got his carbine rifle, which, as you can see there, it can be removed from his hand, so yeah, here it is. They did a great job making the carbine rifle, didn't they? They did an amazing job at it. So there's the carbine rifle, and he's also got his pistol here, which is pretty cool. I like how it appears to be similar to Jango Fett's twin blasters, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing I did notice, guys, is that unlike the Black Series Jango Fett figure, you sadly can't take off Boba's helmet to reveal his face. And I think the reason why they did that is because in the original trilogy, guys, we never saw his face, did we? I mean, you might assume that he's got the same face as his father, his adopted father Jango, because he's an unmodified clone of him. But we didn't know if he had, like, facial hair, or even any hair, or, head hair. So we couldn't really assume what he'd look like, really, unless we looked at, comments which were later released. And, of course, Mandalorian Series 2 finally confirmed that after the events of Return of the Jedi, he's bald, and he has loads of scars on him as a result of being in the Sarlacc pit, I believe, yeah. Because due to, the digestion, slowly, decaying him, he got loads of scars on him. So yeah, poor Boba. But yeah, Boba Fett is my all-time favourite bounty hunter, guys, and yeah, he's pretty awesome, so yeah. So guys, this is me doing my Star Wars 3-week challenge to talk about my favourite bounty hunter, which is Boba Fett. So a drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments who your favourite bounty hunter is, who your favourite bounty hunter is. Also, be sure to join CM Prime by pressing subscribe for more videos coming in the future. And may the Force be with you always.